An investigator working on the still unsolved abduction case of Sherri Papini tells People he has no problems with the context of a newly released surveillance video showing the missing mom seeking aid minutes before she was found alive on Thanksgiving last year. On Tuesday, the Shasta County, California Sheriff's Office released black and white video footage of Papini running to a Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses in Woodland, California, about 4:15 a.m. on November 24, 2016. Seconds later, Papini runs back toward Interstate 5, where she was found by a motorist at an on-ramp at 422 a.m. You can get the gist of some body movement, says Shasta County Sheriff's Sergeant Brian Jackson. I have no issues about her condition upon her being located 7 minutes later. She is chained. She was looking for help, Jackson explains. She saw a building and she didn't know what it was and went to look for help. It was 4 o'clock in the morning and there was nobody there. Jackson says the place of worship where Papini was seen is located about 50 yards from Interstate 5 and near an industrial park and a small housing complex. When she was discovered, Papini was bound at the waist by a chain to which her left wrist was also tethered with a zip tie, authorities have said. Hose clamps were fixed to each of her ankles, though not binding them together, in what the Shasta County Sheriff's Office later described as pain compliance restraints. Papini's husband, Keith, said she was covered in bruises ranging from yellow to black because of repeated beatings. The bridge of her nose was broken, her long blonde hair was chopped off and she'd been branded on the back of her right shoulder. She weighed just 87 pounds. Watch Sherri Papini seen on Thanksgiving 2016, minutes before being found. Pinterest in the video, Jackson says, you can kind of see how her left hand is bound a little bit to the side, which is consistent with being tethered to the chain. Her ankles were independent so she was able to move. I have no problems with the context of the video and her being found 7 minutes later. Her feet were not tied together. She had free movement on her legs. Jackson says authorities released the video footage, which detectives discovered not long after Papini reappeared, in order to jog some memories. Want to keep up with the latest crime coverage? Click here to get breaking crime news, ongoing trial coverage and details of intriguing unsolved cases in the True Crime Newsletter. Maybe there are persons out there that know something and they are just not sure they want to come forward because of media, he says. We are just trying to spur some folks that if they do have information out there and they did see something, coupled with the fact that we have suspect sketches that are out, maybe there is that one person who has that one piece of information that can help. When you are dealing with cases like this, you never know if somebody out there has information that is just reluctant for whatever reason, he adds. If anybody saw anything, we need you to call, he says. Pinterest the case so far. Papini vanished without a trace while jogging near her Redding, California home on November 2, 2016. When she was found again 22 days later, about 150 miles south, her body emaciated, bruised and branded, she said she'd been abducted at gunpoint and held captive for weeks by 2 armed Hispanic females who spoke Spanish the majority of the time. 51 of the women had long curly hair, Papini said, and the other, who was older, had straight black hair. Eventually, though it remains unclear why, she was released. Papini's disappearance sparked a massive manhunt and a $50,000 reward for information leading to her whereabouts, as well as many theories about what happened to the mother of 2, now 35. Authorities have repeatedly maintained they have no reason to disbelieve her account. Though investigators have received more than 600 tips and served more than 20 search warrants, no arrests have been made. Pinterest last month, as the 1-year anniversary approached of Papini vanishing, investigators released several previously undisclosed details about what they have learned while probing her disappearance and searching for those responsible. Among the new information were suspect sketches and evidence that Papini had both male and female DNA on her when she was found. The male DNA was on her clothing and the female DNA was on her body. Jackson says his office and the FBI have received about 50 tips since this new info was released. In a statement following those developments, Papini's husband said, "We want to express our immense gratitude to all of the many people who have publicly and privately supported us over the last year. Your well wishes have helped beyond measure." He continued, We are hopeful that the release of additional information by law enforcement will expedite the capture of Sherri's abductor.